Hello everyone, good evening. How are you all? So first of all, I want to congratulate you all for clearing the mains exam. And for those who could not make it, don't worry, you have plenty of options, you have plenty of opportunities upcoming. So don't worry about that. You can do great in the upcoming exams, and IBPS recruits every year, so it's not like any other exam which recruits after 2 years or 3 years. So you're going to get enough chances later on as well. So first, let me introduce myself. My name is Shubhi Chaube, and I have cleared the IBPS SOIT officer exam in the year 2019. I got All India rank 12 in this exam with the highest score in professional knowledge. So my professional knowledge score was okay. So I'll just tell you about everything in detail in the upcoming sessions. And for now, I can tell you that I got 41.5 in the professional knowledge. So I believe that helped me a lot in the final selection. But a lot of you think that if you're not able to score really good in the mains exam, so you have no chance of selection. So that's not true. A lot of things depend on the interview as well. So in interview they can see, in interview they are going to ask you technical questions as well. They are going to ask you a variety of questions from a variety of area. So we still have chance to do really good in the final interview round. So the type of questions that are asked, I'll just tell you what kind of things we can expect from the interview. Before that, I want to tell you all that this is an interactive session, so you can keep on posting your doubts, your queries, anything that you want to ask regarding the interview. I'm here to help you out. And if you want to know something about the job profile of IT officers or anything else, so you can please let me know. Also, Oliveboard is having this interview preparation course where the mock interviews are there, and along with that some other materials you would find that is useful for your preparation. So you can join that course. I think the link should be in the description section. And one more thing, if you are not comfortable with English, or if you want me to continue in Hindi, you can let me know in the comment section, and I'll make sure to continue in that language, whichever is suitable for all of you. So since a lot of people who appear for this exam, they are not comfortable with Hindi, so I thought of mixing it up and using English as well as a source of communicating with all of you. Now, in interview, what can we expect? So there are certain sections that we need to take care of. So we need to segregate our preparation in certain parts. First of all, you'll find questions from some basic questions about yourself that you have to prepare. Then you have to move on to the professional knowledge, the things that you have prepared for in the mains exam that are also very relevant for the interview. Not all the subjects, but some of it I'll tell you in the subsequent sections, or in the next few sessions I'll be taking. I think 5 to 6 classes are there, and you can stay tuned with this channel to know more about what kind of questions from a particular topic, from a particular subject can you expect in the interview. Okay, so what all we were discussing. So first of all, there is the basic questions are there, about yourself, some personal questions, okay, some HR questions we can call it. But more than that, the important part is the technical questions. In that you can find a variety of questions from DBMS, from your other subjects like computer network, from object oriented programming, from operating system. So there are certain areas which you can focus upon. I'm not asking you to completely go through the entire book for this. There are certain areas that are mostly favorites of the interviewers. So we are going to focus on those areas. Now this first session I wanted to clear you all that what all we have to prepare. So then there is banking and financial awareness. Now you may be thinking that banking awareness is really a wide area. So no, banking awareness, you don't have to prepare as if you are preparing for the PO exam. No, there is a huge difference in this particular area. Like the question that was asked to me, so any latest technology that is being used in the banking sector at present, or you can think of like the trending technologies that are there, like artificial intelligence is there, blockchain is there, digital signatures are there, then certain important things like this. So how it is leveraged in the banking sector and how you can make it better, or what else we can utilize, or what else we can do to make it make the banking system more efficient. So from you it is expected that IT, you have to focus on the IT part more than the general interview preparation that we do, like who was the chairman of this, or who is the current CEO of this. No, not that. You have to focus on the IT part. Okay, then there are certain scenario based questions, like let's say if there is a security breach in the banking system, how would you deal with it? So something like this. I'll show you the model questions as well, that is going to help you to prepare better. Then some HR and behavioral question I've told you at the start as well, that tell me about yourself. So this is the bonus question for all of us. Why is it so? Because we know that this question is asked 80% of the times, and we can have a well prepared answer for this particular question. So that is the first thing. Then if you're working somewhere, you have to be really thorough with the kind of job profile, or the kind of work that you are doing in that particular company, or in that particular organization, whichever you are working for. Why do you want to leave that company, that particular organization, to join bank? That is also a very good question. Being from IT background, one question is always there. So that question is, if you know that there is a huge demand for the for all the, you can say, IT specialist. So in the private sector, you can really earn much more than what you can earn in the bank. Why do you want to join a bank then? So for these, you have to have a very good answer prepared, and think about your motivation behind joining bank. Think about your motivation, why you want to work as an IT officer in bank when you can actually earn much more in the private sector. There are so many multinational companies, there are so many companies that are paying you much better than this. So why bank? So that is one thing. Okay. Okay, so any doubts, any questions? Otherwise I'll move forward, so you can let me know if you have any doubts or queries. Otherwise we'll move on to the next section. Anything that you want to ask? What are the areas that are majorly you're concerned about, that is something that you are not clear about? Because I can understand there's a lot of material available for PO interviews, there's a lot of material available for the other exams, but for, since the vacancies are lesser in this particular IT officer part, so the there is a scarcity of the study material, there is a scarcity of guidance available. So I can totally understand you. I have been there, and it was really difficult for me as well to get a direction. We all are motivated, we all are very much you can say into this particular exam, that yes, I want to clear it. But the thing is, we are putting the efforts in the wrong direction. Some people start by preparing the complete banking awareness, because it is very important for IBPS PO. So what happens is, in this particular exam, mostly the questions would be from IT part, then your personal questions, then um, certain questions from your previous organization. So if you are already working in a bank, then you can expect really detailed questions about that bank, about the IT infrastructure from that of that bank, and certain things like that. Very good evening. Hello. Hi, good evening. Okay. So you can write down your queries, your doubts in the comment section, and otherwise we'll continue with the session. So one more thing, mm, if you are currently working somewhere, does not matter what your job profile is, anything, but you should be clear with that. So always have a very good answer prepared for what you are doing at present. Also, how can you contribute whatever experience you have gathered over the years? How can you contribute, or how can that experience contribute to this role? That is also a probable question. Okay, now I'll be moving to certain technical questions that is going to give you some idea about what you have to prepare from the major subjects. And this is just an introductory session. We are going to have detailed session on each subject in the subsequent classes. So for 5 to 6 days I'm going to be with you all, guiding you all for this exam, for the preparation. All right, so let's move on and see what all we have here. So first of all, some technical questions are there, like basic questions. What is the difference between primary key and a unique key in a database? Okay. Now this is something that is asked a lot of times, and the question that is the question that is there is how you approach this question. So not a bookish definition, not something that we just, you have to know the concept behind everything. You have to be clear with the concept. Okay, everyone clear? Anything that you want to ask from this particular question? Do you want the answer for this? Do you want me to cover the answers as well, or just the questions? Everyone? Okay, so Saurodeep Sengupta ji is asking, if they ask question regarding the preference like PO and SO, why SO and not PO? Saurodeep ji, first thing that you should keep in mind is, think about the basic difference between PO and SO. So in the PO exam, what is there? In the PO job profile, you would find that the questions, the job profile is non-technical. Now you can substantiate your answer with your inclination towards the technical part, since your graduation was in that field, and you have interest particularly in leveraging or in utilizing whatever you have studied in your graduation years, because that is something you believe that you can perform better at. So you have specialization in that area, and because of that you want to go for this particular job profile. Okay, so that is something that you should frame your answer keeping in mind. If you want an ideal answer for this, you can please let me know, so I can provide you with the answer as well. So this is a very common question, that why do you want to join bank as an IT officer, as a IT specialist officer, and not as a bank PO? Okay, this question, and I must say it's a very good question. It's a very good question that you have asked here. So you can focus on the job profiles that like, let's say your so may I know your graduation degree? What was your graduation subject? So if you want to incline it with your graduation, there are certain things that you can say in the interview. Otherwise, I'll provide you some generic answers as well. See, it's not cheating. We are not giving some mugged up answers. The point is, I can give you an insight about, like, if I was answering the question, how would I approach this question? So that is one thing. So you can start the answer with let's say okay, let me see your graduation profile, what you have stated here. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Okay, so yes, ECE. So in that as well, we have certain computer computer subjects. As far as I remember, In the electronics and communication as well, there are certain subjects that are focused on IT part. So the major subjects you must have studied in your graduation. So if I were to answer this question, I would approach it in this way. I have always been passionate about technology and its application in solving the real world problem, particularly in the banking and financial sector. My educational background and professional experience have equipped me with a solid foundation in information technology, including the areas like, and you can include the subjects here, like including the areas like database management, cyber security, software development, and networking. So these skills are crucial for addressing the unique technological challenges that the banks face today. And they are going to ask you later on that what are the challenges that the banks face today. So be prepared for everything. Uh, so in that you can state that like securing the transactions, then developing user friendly banking applications, and managing the large scale financial data. Joining the bank as an IT specialist officer as opposed to PO allows me to leverage my technical expertise to directly contribute to the bank's digital transformation goals, whatever the transformational goals are. Okay, so the role of IT in banking has never been more critical. With the shift towards the digital banking, the need for robust cybersecurity measures and the implementation of the innovative technologies like blockchain, AI to improve the services is very crucial now. So I'm excited about this opportunity to be a part of team that is at the forefront of this transformation era, ensuring that the bank stays ahead in the highly competitive and technologically driven environment. Okay, yes, something like that. Now one more thing, it is not then there is this question that why do you want to work for bank? You could have gone for some IT company. So for answering this, the role of an IT officer offers a unique blend of technical challenges and opportunities to make a difference, or you can say significant impact on the customer experience and the bank's operational efficiency. See, banks are serving the nation in a very important manner, so you are indirectly contributing to that transformation. Every If you look at it, the villagers, the people who are living in cities, the people who are living in remote areas, the concept of financial inclusion is that no, to so we want to reach the unserved and the underserved, and technology is the means by which you can actually reach those people. Okay, so that is something that you can include in your answer, and then you can say that it aligns with my career goals of growing as a technology leader in the banking sector, where I can contribute to creating a secure, efficient, and innovative banking solution. So in contrast of bank PO, see, the role of bank PO offers a broad overview of the banking operations, and it could lead to a diverse range of opportunities within the bank. But my passion and the skills are deeply rooted in technology, and that is the reason why I am opting for IBPS SOIT officer. So I believe that specializing as an IT officer allows me to make more substantial impact in the areas, and it is not just my skills and my strengths. It is about how crucial it is to the future of the banking, because now you cannot exclude technology from banking. The transformation that the banking is going through, it is majorly because of the technology. So these things you can include in your answer. I hope you are satisfied with the answer. Okay, any other question, anything that you want some model answers for? So in this way you can always ask the questions in the comment section. I'll try to help you all out, because it helps you to build a perspective. Now while I was preparing, see, we have a set mindset that okay, I want to join bank because I want to I'm interested in the banking sector or something like that. But when we hear the answers from others, we get another perspective that okay, yes, I can include this as well, I can include that as well. So in that way, it becomes a better answer. Okay, all right, let's come back to the questions, the technical questions that we were discussing. So what is the difference between a primary key and unique key? We have looked at it. Can you explain the OSI model and its layer? It is a very commonly asked question. How does a three-way handshake work in TCP IP? Very important. What is normalization in database? Extremely important. Questions from normalization, I remember it was asked from me as well. Can you describe the different normal forms? So for this you have to know the conditions for every normal form, also the actual impact of that. How do you implement object oriented programming concept in Java or any other programming language? OOPS concept, the questions from abstraction, then encapsulation, these type of questions are very common in interview. Then there can be a question in deadlock in operating system and how it can be prevented. So for particular questions we are anyways having different sessions later on. But one thing I want to point out here is there was a question from me that what do you know about the job profile of an IT officer in bank? What do you understand? So that is very critical because that is going to show your interest. If you are just appearing for the exam for the sake of appearing, or just for the sake of let's say you don't have any other opportunities here, and you're just preparing for it since the exam cycle is very regular, so it gives a negative impression. In contrast to that, if you can research a bit about it, so I remember a question being asked to me that what do you know about the role of an IT officer. So I researched well before the interview that what does IT officer do actually. So I talked to a couple of people who are working in bank or in POR as an IT officer, so they can give you an idea. So there was one more question. What is CBS, a core banking solution? And can you name any CBS? So I was able to, because I researched well about it. So I know that there is a there are a couple of I'm sorry. There are a couple of CBS available, and different banks are using it. Like there is banks BANCS that is used by State Bank of India and other banks as well, and this is developed by TCS. Then we have Finacle, which is popular, really popular. A lot of banks are using it. In fact, when I was working in Union Bank of India as an IT officer, there was this Finacle was used, and later on when Andhra Bank and Corporation Bank merged with us, so they were also using Finacle, which made it easier for the migration. But there was a challenge. So what was the challenge? We were using Finacle 10. Union Bank and Corporation Bank were using Finacle 10, but Andhra Bank was still on Finacle 7. So it was a task to migrate it at that time. So if you can tell something like this, that okay, it is given, the solution is given by Infosys and something like this, so it is going to give a positive impression that yes, this person is genuinely interested in this job role. That's why he or she has researched well for the job profile and what are the things that are used. One question was there in interview that do you know any recent threats or IT security breach in any bank? So I gave an example of some I think some foreign bank where there was a major security breach that happened at that year. So you have to look for some examples that and if you elaborate it well, it is going to give a very good impression that yes, you are prepared, and yes, you know about the things that are going on in the banking sector as far as the IT part is concerned. Okay. All right, now let's move on, because I'm going to discuss the subject wise question in the upcoming session, so I'm just keeping it as a gist only. Then explain the concept of virtual memory. What are data structures? Can you explain the difference between arrays and linked list? Describe the software development life cycle, important one and easy one as well. And what are the phases that it has? What is cloud computing? This is also very important question because banks are leveraging this cloud technology a lot. So what is this cloud computing and how does it differ from the traditional computing? Then banking and financial awareness questions. And so what do you understand by the term NEFT and RTGS? This is not a general banking question, not just a general banking question. You can always include the IT part, IT aspects of it. So this is something that is very important, and you should be well aware of all the things related to NEFT and RTGS. Can you explain the concept of blockchain technology and how it's being used in the banking sector? Okay. Then what is the importance of cyber security in banking? Very simple. How does a digital signature work and why is it important? What do you know about the latest trends in fintech? This is the most expected question. And they're going to ask you if you know something about the latest trends in the fintech sector. So that is for that you have to do a little homework. You have to look for the latest technologies that are being used and how it is used in different banks. A lot of banks are coming up with their chatbots. There's a lot of automation that is happening. Banks are leveraging the artificial intelligence, for making the services better. So how they are doing that, all those things you can include in your answer. Then certain scenario based questions. So how would you handle a security breach in the banking system? Then imagine a situation where you have to migrate a bank's data from an old system to a new one, like the example that I've given. When we were working in Union Bank of India, what happened, we had to migrate the data, something like that. Although they're not expecting you to be totally technical like if you are working in bank, but you should have certain idea about it. What steps would you follow? Then how would you explain a complex technical issue to a non-technical person? Why so? See, when you are working as an IT officer in bank, what happens is you deal with a lot of see, the customers, the general public that is there, customers are a customer to the branches. That means the PO and clerical staff that is working there, and your customer is the branch. So branch acts as your customer. Now branch contact you very frequently to know, to get a particular issue resolved. So they are not from technical background. The branch is they are working in general banking. So how would they understand what is happening in Finacle, or what is this particular thing, that particular thing, this module, that module? So how would you explain that to them? That is something that you can build a good answer for. Now some HR and behavioral question. So these are general questions like tell us about yourself and why do you want to become an IBPS or IT officer. Then describe a challenging situation you faced in your last job and how you dealt with it. So for that you need to be very clear with the job profile that you had in the previous job. This where do you see yourself in 5 years is more of a corporate question. So but yeah, still this question is also sometimes asked, that where do you see yourself in 5 years? So you can frame a good answer for this. This is very generic. I don't think you need my help in this. Then how do you keep yourself updated with the new technology and trend in IT? So from various newsletters, from the social media, LinkedIn, and you can mention the newspaper, the technology section of that, or you can mention certain other things in this as well. If you need any help, you can let me know. Then can you describe a project or accomplishment that you consider to be the most significant in your career? So this also shows, while you're answering this question, this shows your passion towards your work. That I was involved in this particular thing and I felt really good in while we were able to address this issue or something like that. Now, if you're non-working, how would you answer this question? So for this, it includes your internships as well, it includes your college project as well. So if you are non-working, you can include the example from your college project, that working as a team you encountered this situation where you dealt with it in this way, and you felt that that was the most significant achievement of your career, or anything like that. How do you prioritize your work when you have multiple tasks and tight deadlines? Behavioral question, general question. So how do you do it? There are various technologies that are used. There are various techniques that are used for this particular thing, various techniques that help you to prioritize. And you just I'll give you a detailed answer in the upcoming session as well. But you just look at the um, priority weightage of every issue, and the time required to complete that particular task. And there are certain other things, like if you have that power, you can delegate the task to the other team members as well. Delegation is also an important aspect of working in any organization. Then why should we hire you for this particular position? So you can, if you're working, you can include the examples from your past job role. If you're non-working, you can, or else in general as well, you can say that I am very much inclined towards the implementation of IT in banking, and I believe that I can be a useful resource for the bank, whatever. Then if you are non-working, you can highlight this generic answer that I have told you. Otherwise, you can mention the areas or the college projects that you have undertook, or let's say your strong skills, that I believe that my knowledge in the areas of database management system, networking, IT security, operating system, it can be a useful resource for the bank, and I can contribute positively to this position. So something like that. I can give you a detailed answer as well if you want. So in the upcoming classes, I'll provide you with the answers as well. So this is it from my side. Any questions? Anyone? Any questions? Now it's all about your questions, whatever you want to ask. So keep on shooting your doubts. I'll clear it out. So if you're watching it as a recorded session, you can drop in your doubts, your queries in the comment section, and I'll ensure to answer all your queries. You can join my Telegram channel as well. So IBPS SOIT by Shubhi ma'am. You can find that channel, and you can ask your doubts there, your queries there, and I'll be more than happy to assist you all with whatever I can, with providing you the model answers, the preparation strategy, or anything. So basically, preparing for an IT officer interview, you have to focus on the technical subjects. Why do you want to work as an IT officer? Why you don't want to join private sector? Why SO not PO, as rightly asked by Saurabh Sen Gupta ji, and certain more things are there. And then tell me about yourself. So in that as well, don't make it a very generic answer. Include your inclination towards IT, and give them pointers to pick from there to ask you in the interview. So the question, tell me about yourself, should be an open-ended question, answer. So while you're answering that, wherever you want to drive the interview in whichever direction, you can do that by including those skill set, those experiences, or anything in that particular answer. And that is going to help the interviewer to take the interview in that direction. So then it is something that you have the steering for your interview, and you know that where to um, take it to. So that is it from my side for now. Focus on the important technical subjects like DBMS, computer networks, IT security, and there are others as well. Web technologies is very important. Then you have this one more thing. I think yes, there are certain other areas as well, but for that I would say that in the coming sessions I'm going to discuss the technical aspects. So in that we'll discuss about that. For now, this is it. So thank you so much everyone for being here with me in the session. I hope you all clear the exam with flying colors. Whatever doubts you are having, whatever confusions, queries, you can write down in the comment section, or the Telegram channel IBPS SO IT Officer by Shubhi ma'am. Okay, all right. So thank you so much, and have a great evening. Bye bye. I hope you liked the session. Please do leave your feedback in the comment section. Thank you.